Hello Jerry, thanks for joining me today. How have you been?
Hi Joanna, I'm doing well. How about you?
I am great, thanks for asking. So, today I wanted to talk to you about Vue.js and JavaScript development in general. What are your thoughts on the latest trends in JavaScript libraries and frameworks?
Well, I think React and Angular are still the most popular frameworks out there, but Vue.js has been gaining a lot of traction lately. Personally, I really like working with Vue.js because it's lightweight and easy to learn.
I completely agree. Vue.js has become my go-to framework for front-end development. It is especially useful for building single-page applications because it provides a lot of flexibility in terms of managing data and components.
Yes, I've found that Vue.js is great for building complex user interfaces with lots of interactive components. And because it's so lightweight, it's also really fast.
Definitely. Vue.js is also known for its great documentation and community support, which makes it really easy to get started and troubleshoot any issues that come up.
That's true. But beyond Vue.js specifically, what are some best practices you follow when writing JavaScript code?
Well, there are a lot of best practices to consider when writing clean, maintainable JavaScript code. For starters, I always try to use the latest syntax features from ES6 and beyond, like arrow functions and template literals. This makes the code more concise and easier to read.
That makes sense. What else do you do to ensure code quality?
Another important thing is to follow coding conventions like using consistent variable and function names and keeping the code well organized. And of course, using tools like linters and testing frameworks can help catch any errors or bugs before they become bigger issues.
That's great advice. And when it comes to front-end development, what are some techniques you use to build responsive and performant web applications?
There are a lot of techniques to consider, but some of the most important include using responsive design principles to ensure the website looks good on any device, minimizing the use of images and other heavy resources to improve performance, and optimizing the site's loading times by leveraging caching and other techniques.
Those are all really important considerations. And what about back-end integration? How do you integrate JavaScript applications with back-end technologies like Node.js?
Oh, I see. That sounds like a great opportunity for you. And speaking of Vue.js, what do you think about its strengths compared to other JavaScript frameworks?
Well, I think Vue.js has some unique features that make it stand out. For one, it has a very intuitive and easy-to-learn syntax, which makes it accessible to both experienced and new developers. Additionally, Vue.js is known for its performance and efficiency, especially when compared to some other popular frameworks like Angular. Vue.js also has a great community and ecosystem, with lots of plugins and resources available.
That's interesting. And what about best practices for JavaScript development? I know there's a lot to consider there.
Definitely. One of the biggest things to keep in mind is using modern syntax, like ES6 and beyond, which can make your code more concise and readable. It's also important to follow consistent coding conventions, like using camel case for variable names and following a specific indentation style. Additionally, using tools like linters and testing frameworks can help ensure that your code is high quality and maintainable.
That makes sense. And what about front-end development techniques? How do you approach building responsive and user-friendly interfaces?
Well, there are a lot of different techniques you can use. For example, using a responsive CSS framework like Bootstrap or Foundation can make it easier to create responsive layouts. Additionally, using techniques like lazy loading and code splitting can help optimize web performance. And as for user-friendly interfaces, it's important to keep things simple and intuitive, using techniques like progressive disclosure and clear navigation.
I see. And what about integrating with back-end technologies? Have you worked much with Node.js or other server-side technologies?
Yes, I've done a fair amount of back-end integration with Node.js. One technique that can be particularly useful is server-side rendering, which can improve performance and SEO. Additionally, using a good API design can make it easier to communicate between the front-end and back-end.
Interesting. And what about tooling and development workflows? There are so many different tools out there, it can be hard to know where to start.
Yes, it can definitely be overwhelming. One tool that I find particularly useful is Webpack, which can help with things like bundling and code splitting. Additionally, using a good development environment like VS Code or WebStorm can make it easier to write and debug code.
Great, thanks for sharing all of that. And finally, what emerging technologies in the JavaScript world are you most excited about?
Well, I'm really interested in WebAssembly, which can help improve performance in certain use cases. Additionally, GraphQL is a really interesting approach to data querying and manipulation.
Yes, definitely. Vue.js is great for building user interfaces and single-page applications. It is lightweight and easy to learn, making it an excellent choice for developers who are new to front-end development or who are looking for an alternative to other popular frameworks like React or Angular.
That's good to know. I've been using React for most of my projects, but I've been hearing a lot about Vue.js lately. I think I might give it a try for my next project.
Definitely do that, Jerry. Vue.js has a lot of great features that make it a strong contender in the world of front-end development. For example, it has a very intuitive and easy-to-learn syntax that makes it easy to get started with, even for beginners.
That sounds promising. What else can you tell me about Vue.js?
Well, one of the things I love about Vue.js is how easy it is to integrate with other libraries and frameworks. You can use it with other front-end technologies like React or Angular, or you can use it with back-end technologies like Node.js. This makes it a very flexible framework that can be used in a wide variety of projects.
That's great to hear. I've also been looking for a framework that's easy to work with and doesn't require a lot of setup time. How does Vue.js compare to other frameworks in terms of setup?
Vue.js is actually one of the easiest frameworks to set up. All you really need to do is include the Vue.js library in your project, and then you can start using it right away. There is no need to set up a complex build system or configure a lot of settings before you can get started. This makes it a very beginner-friendly framework that can help you get up and running quickly.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm definitely going to have to give Vue.js a try. Thanks for all the information, Joanna.
No problem, Jerry. I am always happy to talk about Vue.js and other JavaScript frameworks. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll do my best to help you out.